I didn't have enough. Oh, pink. I don't need pink. I think that is it for today. Oh wait, no, I have one more thing. Hello, sweet friends. It's Sarah at Crochet.With.Coffee, and thank you so much for joining me for another Monday chat. Let's chat about what I've been up to this week. So for projects, I don't even know where to start. So if you were watching our Wednesday live, I wanted to just give a recap of that. We did our first live on this past Wednesday, and we are making a scrap hexagon cardigan. This was the start of it. And we were just extra chatty. It was lots of fun. We did our would you rather questions, and it was so fun, you know, chatting with you guys and just talking through our would you rather questions that are crochet version. That was so much fun. And we also got to use some of the questions that you guys submitted. So I was able to ask some of those. It was a lot of fun. I'm working on some different technical issues that we had. I know the audio was off in a little bit of it. And then we also had, I had my screen over on the side so that I could read comments. So I'm going to see what I can change with that. I think I may have found some solutions, but it's going to be a trial and error for a little bit. So thank you so much for sticking with me through that. It was great to have you, and I'm just hoping for better experience as we go and just grow in our knowledge of that. So thank you so much for your patience in those different things. And it was so nice to get to know you guys a little bit more through that. And this hexagon cardigan is coming along so nicely. And we have decided in the live that we are going to do all earthy toned colors instead of the bright colors that I had set aside with everything. So we separated them, and we're going to do a separate bright colored or a bright colored and pastel colored hexagon separately. So that is going away for a little while, and it will come back out when we're ready to do that colored themed hexagon cardigan or scrap project or whatever we're going to do with it. So we're doing all earthy tones with this one. You guys said that that looked like a sunflower, and I agree. And look at the surrounding leafy colors. It's so pretty. I can't wait to see more of what that one is going to look like as it grows each week. It's going to be so much fun. I love it so much. Today, my husband and I went over to Barnes & Noble. He had a book that he needed to go find. So we went over there, and of course I'm going to stop and look at the craft section because I love bookstores. I love looking at books. I love looking through books. I love grabbing a coffee and carrying my coffee around to look at books that I'm not going to read because I don't read very often. And I wish I did. I wish I was a reader, but I just can't get myself to read because I feel like when I sit down to read, everything goes through my head of things that I could be doing instead of reading. When I'm sitting down and crocheting, if I'm watching a movie or listening to an audiobook or listening to something on YouTube or music or whatever, I feel like I'm multitasking and I'm getting as much accomplished as I could as I am able to at the moment. But as soon as I'm solely focused on just reading alone, I feel like I'm wasting my time. I know that's ridiculous. Reading is never a bad thing. But anyway, sidetrack. I found this book and I am so excited to look through these. I'll show you some of the pictures of the squares. They're just so cute. And I know that they're simple, but it's such great ideas. I mean, that is so cute. There's just 2 row granny squares put together with a border. And then they have some different stitches just in squares. Look at this one. How cute. But anyway, I found this book and it was $12. Not bad. But then I also saw the same exact book. Everything was exactly the same. The cover was the same. The writing was green and this box was green, but all the text was the same. The picture, the cover, everything inside the book was exactly the same from what I could tell, $20. I'm going to get the pink one instead of the green one because it's $8 cheaper. But anyway, got that one. I'm excited to look at it and see some different options to really like dress up some blankets or, you know, whatever it is, just have some fun with some different styles. So we did that today, and he took me out to Panera. It's not his favorite place, but it was our date day, and I love Panera bread. And I get the bread bowl and the soup and everything, and for him, it's just like, these sandwiches are tiny. And I get it. I think it's girl food, isn't it? Wouldn't that be categorized as some girl food? I love it. But anyway, Friday we did a tutorial for a soap saver or soap bag. So here's one that I made, and it's made with cotton yarn, and I do have the tutorial up now, but it can hang on a hook in your bathtub or bathroom, and it has a little loop on the front and a large loop on the back, and you just slip that large loop through the tiny loop, and it's your little hanger there. So you can make this to size, like whatever type of yarn that you use. I just used a regular bar of, like, I think it was Dove or something to size it, but I tell you how you can adjust the size if you want. But anyway, there's that. Another one I'm planning on doing a tutorial for, because I like to do smaller items during the spring and fall season for you guys, because I know sometimes a cardigan or a blanket does not sound really fun to work on in the summer because it's such a warm project, and sometimes they're big and it's hard to work with. And, you know, we don't want to be warmer than we have to in the summer. So this is one. This can be used in hot or cold, and it is a cozy for a largemouth mason jar. And I love these. I have multiple of these, and I just think they are so fun. So this is crocheted, but it looks knit because this is waistcoat stitch in the round, so it gives it a nice knit look. And then I do a reverse single crochet, or I believe it's called a crab stitch, just to finish off the top. And then you just start that, and you do it in the round, so there's no like stepping up and having a seam. It is all just very simple. It's easy, fast. It takes a little bit more time and effort and focus to do this stitch than it does just a regular single crochet, because you have to go in the stitches a little differently. But I love the end result, and I just think it's amazing. I used I think you guys said this was the Gorgeous Yarn brand or line from Red Heart. This one came from the yarn stash that Holly gave me, and I love this. I also had 2 other colors that I wanted to use for those. So I wanted to do this one. Thought that would be a really pretty cover, and this one. And the other one that I have that I use at church all the time is the neon colors. It's all the bright neon colors. It's Red Heart, and it has like the little flecks of black in it. So it's so pretty, and I love that it is so sporadic. And even though the color change is pretty frequent, it still does stripes. That one just gives little V's of color all over. So if I think of it, I'll put a picture up on the screen so that you can see the other one that I'm just talking about. But that is one that I am planning on doing a tutorial for if you guys like the idea of it. I really find that helpful because you could use it if you've got your ice water, because we use these as cups in our house. That's one that I really love. I love to have those, and it keeps your glass from like all the condensation dripping onto the table or the counter, and then it also keeps your hand from getting burnt if you have hot liquid in here, tea or coffee, because that's what I like to use. I like to use that for my coffee on Sunday morning. So that is a project for that. Obviously, normally when you want to do with a project like that, you want to use a cotton yarn most of the time, but I've never had an issue with the acrylic yarn. So that is what I always make these out of, because I feel like acrylic yarn has so much more variety and so many more colors than the cotton yarn does. So that's why I really like that. I want to give you an update on my fox/husky cardigan that I'm making for my friend. So I did block it so it's nice and flowy and cozy. And I think that steaming things always, like when it's acrylic yarn, it just makes it so much nicer and softer and more flowy. So there's our fox husky right there. And I have both front pieces done. So there's that. He's looking so nice. And I did finish the back section, and that is also blocked. So let me show you that one. And this one is very clearly a wolf. You can tell he's a wolf. He's so nice. I love it. So if you want any of these charts for the husky wolf design, I do have that in I think it was last Monday that we talked about those, and I have all of those linked in the description under the wolf cardigan. So I did start on one of the sleeves. I finished the color work on that, and then I just have to work the rest of the sleeve for that and then start another sleeve. So I have my update for that one. So that one is going well, but I am distracted. I have a few, like this and the soap thing and the, hexagon cardigan and all that stuff. I have a few distractions. I also have some other things that I will share with you in another episode, but this is my other, I think it's Cassia cardigan. And it is the cotton one that I did the yarn dyeing for. So this one, I wanted to show you an update because this one was on the back burner for a little bit. And I have a lot of my tails sewn in, like maybe half of them. And so this is what's going on so far. I've got the back panel and both front panels done. And then before I can do the sleeves, because from what the instructions are saying, you have to attach the sleeves and work on the sleeves while they're attached to the cardigan. So I have to sew in my ends and then work on that one. So very fun, loving the colors. It's very bright, but I do know when it gets washed, because this is dyed yarn, it's going to fade. So that's okay. All right, now I need your opinion on something. So for the border and the ribbing and cuffs and everything for this cardigan, so the sleeves are going to match this, and then I dyed this bright green into more of a foresty green color. So that one it's nice, and like you can see a variety of colors in there because I dyed it. And that was my plan, to do the border with that one. Now, I was thrifting the other day and I found 2 skeins of this. It's 100% cotton and it is the same weight yarn. It's called Avocado. And I saw this and I was like, that might be a better border, button band, ribbing and all that stuff might be a better match with the cardigan than the dark green. So what do you guys think? Do you think it goes really well? Do you think I should do it with this one? Because the reason why I dyed this one was because I don't have enough of this one that was the dyed yarn to complete the rest of the cardigan and the trim. So that's why I was going with this one. So do you think I should do this one instead? It's so close. I almost feel like I should, but I want you guys to tell me, would it be better to do this for the trim on this cardigan, or should I go with the contrasting color and do the dark green? This green to me almost doesn't, it's not in the same family because it has more of a bluish tint to it, because the original color was kind of blue, and I dyed the green had more of a bluish tint to it, and I dyed it with orange to give it more of a brownish color, but this is what it ended up as. Because I wanted more of the brown that's in, like right there. Wanted something closer to that, but I ended up with this. So what do you think? The thrifted cotton or the dyed cotton, the dark green or the avocado? What are we thinking? I have been thinking through some different ideas as far as videos go, because we have our Monday chat. I love our Monday chats. And then we have our Whip Wednesdays that we are doing our random pick hexagon cardigan live. Love that. I'm so excited to continue doing that one and see how that grows. And then Fridays, I seem to just feel like Friday is just a whatever, and I would like to have more thought for that one and have everything, like, you guys know what's going to be happening on a Monday. Monday is our Monday chat, and then Wednesday, we know Wednesday is our live. And then Friday, I really want to have something that is like streamlined, so you guys know what to expect on Fridays, because I feel like it's just a, who knows what. I know that we chatted about implementing some shorts. I put that on the community post, and I know that you guys had mixed thoughts on that. I know some said, I love shorts. Some said, I don't really watch shorts, and for different reasons for both. Some said that you would like it more on like an external social media where it's like on Facebook or Instagram. And I'm wanting to make everybody happy with those things. So I'm thinking of doing some shorts here and there, but not a ton. So I'm still have a few, but not too many. And then also do more on social media. So that's the stuff that I'm thinking through and when to do that. I don't know if that will be like a Saturday thing, like have coffee with me for the short, or like get my coffee ready and see what my project is for the weekend type of short for Saturdays. Those are some things I'm thinking of. For Friday, I'm thinking, what if we did something that's more like vlog style? Because I know for a little while, my Monday episodes have some little vlog style things in it, like doing some, like laying out some projects on the kitchen table and, showing some stuff like that. I release my tutorials if I have them on Friday. So I'm thinking maybe a tutorial once a month, then doing some vlogs some of the other weeks. So if you guys have any thoughts on those things, let me know, because I would love to incorporate more vlogs if you guys are interested in those. Also have more of a structure for my patterns or my tutorials and when they come out, so you guys know when they're coming out instead of just sporadic and all that stuff. So if I can plan ahead, then I know better and you guys know better. Not 100% sure on what I want to do, but those are some of my things that I've been thinking through. Okay, I have one more thing before we go. And I have a project that I have been working on, and I needed to get some fur yarn, or like faux fur yarn that is fuzzy or, really fluffy. And I was thinking maybe eyelash yarn would be good or fur yarn would be good. And I ordered some from Amazon because it could get here the fastest. And then I got a notification on my phone that it was delivered, and then my son got home from work and he put an Amazon package on the table, and it was one of the envelope packages, and that was the only thing that I knew that I was getting that day. So I was confused, and I'm like, that's supposed to be yarn, and that is a flat package. It looks like there's a book in there. And when I opened it, I was like, is that my yarn? It better not be my yarn. I opened it and this is what I got. Those are my 2 skeins of yarn that are 71 yards each of a fur yarn. So I wanted to open this up with you so that we could see together how it expands and if it expands, and see what it is, because I'm concerned slash very interested in what is going to happen with this. So let's open this and see what it actually ends up looking like. All right, so it's out of the package, the first bag, and now I'm just going to cut it open and we'll see if it expands or what happens with it. I'm a little worried. Is it going to even expand? A little bit. Let's give it a second and see if it fluffs up. Okay. All right. Oh, it's not, okay. That's not bad. There we go. Takes a little bit to refluff it, but not bad. Okay. So this one, it says that it is 3.5 ounces, and online it said it was 71 yards each, which I think would be a good amount for the project that I need it for, but I don't know if that's going to be accurate. It's kind of thick for it to be that much in there, so I'll let you know how it goes. But 100% polyester. It ended up being better than I thought it was going to be, so that's good that it fluffed up. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for joining me today. If you had fun with me today, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you'd like to stick around for more yarn-related content, please hit that subscribe button. And thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you find joy in the little things.